Hey everybody, you are listening to Caregiver Crossing. I've lost all of my scripts, so I'm going rogue. Caregiver Crossing is a podcast created just for you, the caregiver. I am Tina McIntosh.
I am Terry Stacy.
I am Candace Hatterbaugh.
It's like you had to
And
think
we're
about
on-
it for a minute. Like maybe you didn't know who you were.
Well, sometimes I still say Preston.
Well,
Me too.
That is hard. Sometimes I still say Prather, and I've been married for like 84 years. So, it happens to all of us.
Yeah,
So, ladies, today we have an interesting topic. And Candace, you're going to have to tell us where this came from because I don't know. But
it came from our friends at AARP.
I should have known that. It's a great article,
Yeah.
AARP. It all adds up. This article is titled 6 Body Parts You Shouldn't Ignore After 50. This is not to be confused with the most recent AARP magazine that came out where they talked about sex after 50. That's a different topic. So these
We should talk about that.
Yeah, we should. But that's not this. This is 6 body parts that have nothing to do, I don't think they have anything to do with sex. Wow, it's early. It's early for this topic.
Well, we're going to talk about your feet.
Hey, some people find it sexy.
Don't they? Don't they? But also your pelvic floor is part of this.
Okay, we're going to talk about all the things because it's real. Let's start from top and work our way down.
All right. Okay.
All right.
You go.
So if we're going to start at the top, all right, I'll start. Your eyes. I mean, listen, do you both go to the eye doctor once a year?
I will say that I don't go once a year. I go every couple of years. I had laser vision correction, but after 50, my eyes have started to change considerably.
I go every 2 years, and my eyes have changed after 36.
Ooh, that's trouble.
That's trouble. I remember being 36-ish and my eye doctor, who I adore, saying something like, well, women of a certain age. And then I tackled him and then I had to go to a different eye doctor.
I'm starting to hear the words more seasoned now instead of you're getting older. And I think you're not tricking me. Because you're saying I'm more seasoned. I know what that means, but that's the new words.
It doesn't add up for me. I know what those words mean. Yeah, I get it. But here are some things you need to know about your eyes. First of all, after the age of 55, you really need to go in for your eye exam every 1 to 3 years, according to this. I go every year, but I don't have the healthiest eyes anyway. But they pick up on all kinds of things. So whether it's the things we hear about like macular degeneration and glaucoma and, cataracts and all that kind of stuff, they also look at, for me, with all the health issues I've had over the years, they're really looking at the pressure behind the eyes. I have a brain tumor right now, and they're always making sure that, everything's working from the inside out. So we just need to be smart about things. And people always say like, I have dry eyes. I'm seasoned. I'm more seasoned than I used to be. And I have dry eyes. And this article is telling us, like, listen, there are ways to overcome that. Some supplements, things your doctors can give you, drops, things of that nature. It might be your intake on your food and what you're eating or not eating, but you do not have to live feeling miserable in your eyeballs. So talk to your doctor. Go to your eye doctor. If you don't have one, get a good one.
Yeah, I was going to say, especially for those folks that are smoking or have diabetes or maybe think they have glaucoma or some sort of floaters or anything like that, for sure, go get that checked out.
Absolutely. All right. I would like to take teeth, if I may.
Go for it.
You got these guys next. We're working top to bottom.
Oh, wait. We don't. You know what? Your ears isn't listed, but for sure, your hearing is changing, and
absolutely.
and that is one that I believe is probably, I would say, in your top 5 things that people don't want to actually admit that they can't hear very well anymore. I just think they don't. I don't. And believe me, in today's day where you can buy at Walmart a hearing aid that you can barely see. I mean, we're not having to hold horns up to our ears anymore. Cow horns. You don't have to do that anymore.
Seriously, just give us an image of somebody holding a gigantic horn up to their ear to hear the person next to them.
Well, I'm saying there are so many. Hearing is one of them, even though it's not on the AARP list. Hearing is definitely one of those that.
It's number 6 on the list. It's in there.
Wait. Oh, is it 6? You said you were going top to bottom, so I went to number 2 instead, thinking that was going to be our next. Oh, it is it number 6? Oh, it is number
It
6.
is. But here's what I will tell you is that, again, go back to number 1. So with number 6 on their list, which is your ears, they are saying that we start to see people who are bothered by hearing loss in their 50s and 60s. I am 51, and I'm here to tell you, because this is my personal therapy session on Caregiver Crossing. I love my husband. I could tell you all kinds of good things. He wouldn't hear them. First of all, I don't think he listens to the podcast, so we can talk smack all we want. But the other part of that is that mug cannot hear.
Yeah.
I mean, the way he listens to the TV, like, he is going to be the best old man in the very near future. And I keep saying, go get your hearing tested. And he's like, you go get your hearing tested. And I say, okay, like, let's go together. That can be the hottest date we're going to have in a while. Like, let's go to the audiologist. It's not that hard to get a hearing test.
No, it's not.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to set up I'm going to set up this date for my husband. I'm going to tell him I've got a big surprise. We're going to go get our hearing tested. I'm making a note right now.
Then put it down on the calendar. That'll be super fun. You're a fun date. No, I think that is so important. I really do. And I'm so glad that it was number 6. And I'm sorry I missed it because I was so anxious to get to your teeth. Your teeth and your gums. Because I will tell you, I used to say that that I would I would break the deal if my husband ever started, losing teeth and he had to get the dentures, and that was a deal breaker, and I was going to be out the door. And I said it's supposed to be funny, but the minute you turn 50, something happens to your gums. I don't know if they start to want to go away or something does happen. And again, in this day and age, people, you're so lucky because there are aisles and aisles and aisles of tooth care, right? Teeth care you from your gums to the whitening there are so many things out there. Are you raising your hand?
I do have a question. I know we want to talk about your husband here in a minute. But are you talking about the fact that when I eat beef, my teeth hurt?
Yes, because it goes down because our teeth are shrinking and our gums are getting bigger. So you're losing beef and all kinds of important food right down in there into your gums.
This is so unattractive and so true. I carry floss for a reason.
I'm telling you, but there are so many great products and toothpaste and it's all out there for you. It's just not Crest anymore. There are lots of great things, but that is thanks to widespread water fluoridation and oral hygiene. It's just all better now, but people expect to keep all or at least most of their teeth for a lifetime, right? Into their 80s or 90s. And as people get older, they start to see that gum recession and that bone loss that can expose some root surfaces. I'm going through it right now. After 50, guess what else? After 50?
I want you to take all these out and just give me a new set. These are, I'm a hassle.
Everybody and their brothers, starting at like 25 now, is just taking all their teeth out and they're putting in the implants. They are, and it's something to see. But after 50, you also should know that you're not making as much spit. And so when you're not making as much spit, that spit is what's so important. It's dissolving the acids made from breaking down that food and making it less damaging to your teeth. So after 50, not only are your ears getting bigger, but you're also
is that why people get, this is so gross. If you're eating, divert your attention for a second. Is that why people get that little like spit in the corner of their mouth?
Because you're right. It's escaping. It's escaping out the corners. But we are losing it. After 50, you start to lose some of your saliva. I don't know where it's going, but you're starting to lose it. And the saliva is what's so important in breaking down your food. So just be aware of it. For when people ask me, when the young ladies here at work ask me, what advice do you have? I always tell them, take care of your teeth, because
Yeah.
there's nothing worse than having teeth problems. It's really hard. It's really, really hard. I don't know if there's anything worse than that was a stupid statement, but it is pretty bad when you start to have some teeth problems.
You know
Next.
what's worse is feet problems.
And that's at the bottom of the body. Are you afraid to talk about the
Oh,
pelvic floor? Is
sorry.
that right? Is that
Oh,
it?
yeah. I forgot about the
You
pelvic
listen.
floor in
Jump,
there.
everybody,
Please.
jump in your hymnal to number 4, your pelvic floor. Turning the page. Turn the page.
All right, I'll talk
Your
about it. I'll
pelvic
talk about
floor.
it. All
Talk
right,
about
here
it.
it is. This says you might think of the pelvic floor, the muscles that stretch from the pubic bone back to the tailbone at the bottom of the pelvis, as a female concern, but it's important to men too.
Oh,
So the pelvic floor muscles, they hold up our bowels, our bladders. If you're a woman, your uterus, prostate if you're a man. So all of these things are important. And let's be honest, as we get older, those things get more, I'm going to use the word elasticized. I don't know if that's really a word. I don't know if that's the right word to use.
it's a
Things
nice
get looser. Things get looser. Particularly if women have gone through childbirth, you're going to have all kinds of weakened pelvic muscles and things change. I hear all the time about prolapsing, and I hear all the time about women going in and having their pelvic floor lifted. Those things are real. Like
Oh
we
gosh.
joke, I think as
Is that a
women,
procedure? A real procedure where
oh
you can have
yeah, they can net you up. I mean, like they can do all kinds of things. But we always joke about like,
my
as
gosh.
a woman of a certain age, you don't want to go on a trampoline or sneeze too hard. Well, for those of you who don't know what that means, it's not as funny as it sounds, but it's real. So that is something. Do
Holy
not
smokes.
do not be embarrassed to talk with your medical professionals about issues you're having with your pelvic floor. And I will throw in there also with vaginal health. And I know those are words that sometimes people get really weird about, but it's true. Talk to your medical professionals about any pain, dryness, anything that's going on that you're really having issues with, because they're real and there are a lot of things they can do to help with that. So,
Do
who
Kegels
wants
actually
tips?
help?
What?
Do Kegels actually help?
Oh, the
The
Kegel.
with the
The
I'm
Kegel
beyond help.
exercise.
So, I mean, like
Yeah.
I'm way, I'm next level. I'm next level
Okay,
help with
we're
it.
past that.
I can't
But I
believe, I'll tell you what, I
they
can't
do.
believe how I'm now at this point, I'm 60. I'm at this point where all of a sudden, in the worst times, I'll feel the urge that I've got to go to the bathroom. I've got to tinkle. And I've got about 30 seconds before I start to dribble a little
It,
bit.
it is
I
true.
mean, it's true. I can't do anything about it. I mean, I'm trying to Kegel and I'm trying to hold it up, hold it in, but it's just coming on its own now. I don't know what that's about. Maybe I should call the doctor.
Well, in fairness, talk to your medical professionals, and that does lead to incontinence. And
Right?
a little, a
Diaper.
little, a little tinkle, a little dribbles, like I can live with that. But the
Yeah.
full-on incontinence is really
Yeah.
an issue for a lot of people. And so the best thing is to prevent, getting there. But if you see Terry yelling, "I've got a tinkle," and she's throwing people out of the way, just go with it. So yeah. All right. Who wants hips and knees?
Hips and knees, take it,
Terry, go
Candace,
for
because
hips
I
and
know you
knees.
wanted to talk about feet. I know you wanted to talk about feet, and we're going to skip feet. You know
I
how important
did.
feet is, but talk about your hips and your
I don't
knees.
want to skip feet. Feet are super important.
Talk about the feet. Then it's Candace's choice. Spin the wheel of
Well,
spin the wheel of things that happen to us after
I'll just
50.
keep in line. I'll keep in
Okay.
line and move to hips and knees. And I know that after a certain age, the joints start to get smaller and bones start rubbing together, and we have to think about the hips and the knee replacements. And but how do you reverse that? Is there a way to keep your joints healthy so you don't have to worry about hip and joint replacements?
I mean, here's the reality, like nutrition and being limber and doing all the things that we're taught. It really comes back always to nutrition and exercise. I feel like we've been doing this,
Dang
ladies, for
it.
like, a dozen years, and it always comes back to nutrition, what we put into our faces, into our bodies, and exercise. But with the knees, a lot of times it's those of us who used to be athletic. This is me. I used to be athletic, but now I am overweight and I'm older and I don't have estrogen because of history of cancer. And so I'm going to tell you right now, my knees and my hips are my, well, we're going to talk about feet too, but they are definitely on my team of enemies. I feel like they work against me and not with me, but there are stuff you can do. You can do glucosamine, and you can do some supplemental stuff, but prevention, I
Water
think, is pretty
aerobics?
hard.
Water aerobics,
Water
maybe.
aerobics.
But you bring that up, Tina, and maybe in one of our Caregiver Crossing shows, we can talk about supplements. Talk to somebody about supplements. How do they really work? Is it just a waste of our money? When you talk about some of that stuff, the glucosamines and the jump up, more vitamin D and our B12s, and maybe talk a little bit about, are we wasting our money on this stuff when we can get it from our foods, or is it a big scam? Or maybe we talk about that next time. Or sometime.
I actually like that conversation, and then the next one after that will be poop, because whenever we talk
We
about nutrition,
love talking about
Yeah, we
poop.
love poop.
Absolutely.
So let's start off this segment talking about the feet.
Okay. Feet.
Now, for those
Candace.
of you out there who are like, ooh, feet, yummy, I love feet. We're not talking to you. That's not what this is about. We're talking about the health of your feet. I know that feet are like, my kids nowadays won't even let me have a foot in a picture because they're like, Mom. It's like a weird thing nowadays. But people don't care about their feet until they hurt. I mean, that's the reality. Other than a pedicure, because it looks pretty, people do not seem to care about your feet until they hurt. Have either of you had feet issues in your life?
No, other than I used to just try to cram them in a size 5 shoe when I was really an 8 because I didn't want my boyfriends or my husband to think I had jumbo feet. But
That's
I've gone beyond that. After 50, I decided to start telling the truth. I'm an 8.5.
Is that why you're barefoot all the time now? You're like letting it all hang out?
Right. So I knock on wood. I'm losing teeth and eyes and hair and ears, but I still have my feet. So I'm the worst one to talk to. Somebody else take this one.
Well, since we've established that I am a disgusting human being from the tip of my head to the bottom of my toes here, I have calluses on one of my feet, and they hurt. Like, it's no joke. I have to go in and have them shaved down.
With a razor blade?
Thank God I'm married. I would never get a date.
I wouldn't
share
either.
Too much with you guys here.
I wouldn't either.
I really do.
I
feel like I need over.
I wet my pants. You think anybody's going to take me to the movies when I'm wetting my pants?
You can wear Depends. What am I doing? I get up and I got the first step syndrome where I'm like limpy. I don't know if it's my foot or my hip. Anyway,
this has been fun. This has been real fun. Thank you, AARP, for all the troubles after 50. Just doesn't seem fair.
Here is something they said in this article I do want to highlight. They say feet are designed for grass, dirt, and sand. Everything that we walk on is hard, and that's the stuff that causes problems. Think about that again. Feet were designed for grass, dirt, and sand, but everything we walk on is hard, and that's the stuff that causes problems. So they tell you to wear supportive shoes even around the house. Do you know I'm sitting here barefoot as we're recording this podcast?
Yeah.
Like, I don't wear shoes ever, which, like, shame on me, but I don't care about that. I'm going to be barefoot and happy.
We should all take 10 seconds to 30 seconds every day and go outside barefoot and walk in the grass.
Is that the best feeling ever?
Yes.
It really is.
Let's do it. Let's make it a thing.
Yeah, it's not.
Terry's not going to do it. She's not interested in that.
Well,
Terry's not
actually,
now that I think about it, Terry's got to go to the bathroom anyway, so we're done with this segment.
Somebody take us out of here.
I'll start. Thank you if you've stuck in this long with us. And, come back. We do talk about, this is serious stuff, by the way. This is really serious stuff.
I know it.
What I do love, ladies, though, is that we're all very vulnerable when we talk about this. And I appreciate it because this is just real life stuff. So take care of your bodies. If you want to email anything, unless it's mean, you can email me at tina@joyshouse.org. And then, Terry, would you thank our folks that helped us be here today?
Certainly, Caregiver Crossing, supported by our friends at Cardon and Associates, and we are ever so grateful too for their support. 20 communities owned, operated, or managed in the Midwest, and more than 40 years of senior living experience. Cardon and Associates provide residents with the best senior living options and also personalized service. Thank you all so much for joining us today. It was fun, but important, and information too. We call it infotainment. Until next time, we'll talk to you next week on Caregiver Crossing. Good
talk.
Caregiver Crossing, that's the name of it. Take good care of each other. We'll talk to you next week.